Hello, my name is Abdias. I'm about to show you how our video game system can be connected directly to your TV or to your computer's monitor. The gaming system, which uses the Raspberry Pi, has HDMI ports that you can connect. As you can see, I'm holding right now an HDMI cable can be connected directly to your TV or to a computer monitor. And you can do so using the HDMI cable that comes with the game or any of these ports, those USB ports that you can use to connect your HDMI cable into your TV or to your computer monitor. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Daniel Rothman, and for our senior project, we will be coding our games in Python. We will also be using Pygame, which is a cross-platform set of Python modules designed for writing video games, which contains images used with Python. We will be using these images and import them from Pygames. We will be using Thonny and PyCharms as our IDEs. And here we have code of a character with an imported sprite from Pygames moving and jumping.
So when it comes to getting the sprites, we are going to use this website called flaticon.com. The reason why we will be using this is because it is open source and free. So that means legally we are okay to use it. As you can see here, the example is of a spaceship that we can use here. They have plenty of icons in here that we can use as sprites for our characters. Now, for the background, we will use a website called freepik.com. This website allows us to choose any background that we want. So, the example that we have here is space. I typed in space, it gave us plenty of backgrounds in here. As we can see, here we go. Plenty of backgrounds that we can use. This is also an open source website. That means legally we can use it in our games with no issues whatsoever. And we will be storing everything on the D drive, as we will see later on in our code. So, for the technical aspect of the game development here, we have the code, the Python. So, we will use here the Pygame module as seen in here for importing all the gaming techniques necessary and libraries that we need. So let's jump into it. Of course, we're going to need a screen, a separate one for the end user to play on, which we have here. We have a variable named screen. The way we did it, pygame.display.setMode. On a 500 by 500 screen, of course, we can change it. It could be 200 by 200, 800 by 500. Anything that the end user would like, we can modify it whenever necessary. So for this example, we'll be using a 500 by 500. This will be a separate screen that we will place a background in. Also, we can put a caption on there. We have here test screen just for as an example. Now, the way our USB comes in handy is we're going to store all of the background and sprites that we have seen earlier on there, so there will be no problems in gathering them during the gameplay. It's going to be in one central location. So, as we see here, it's on the D drive at this moment right now in a folder called Surfaces, and the one we are using is Background Night. Also, if the background is not the same size as the screen, no problem. We have here a transform.scale, as we can see here, that you could transform it and scale it to whatever size necessary and whatever the screen is. So if the background is 20 by 20, we scaled it here 500 by 500, no problem. Also, to keep the screen continuing, we have it in an infinite loop here under the screen info function under pygame.display.update. And we have a while run, which is running infinitely. As seen here, now we will move on to see everything in action.
Hi there, my name is Ricardo Garcia, and let's go over the project demonstration on how the character moves in the game using the sprites. So we have two variables here, walk right and walk left, and within these variables is a set of array, and within the array each index is a different image of walking direction for the character. You can see here what the walking direction looks like. And with each icon, you have the character moving leg up or down, and then the opposite, the other direction. Now they're all to scale to certain specifics. As we go through the code, we can see that the character moves left and then in the direction of negative velocity, and we make the variable left true and the variable right false. And with the key right is the same exact thing, but in reverse, we're in a positive direction towards the right, and the variable left is false. When in not jumping, you have the ability to press the space bar and actually can make the character jump. This has it so that you cannot do a double jump, but just a single jump. And this calculation here determines the height of which the character can jump. By manipulating these numbers here, the 0.5 and the times 2, you get a different height rate and the distance that the character can jump. Now let's see this running. You can see here the little character on the bottom running through space. If you keep moving right, see the legs go up and down. And now we hit a point where we're not moving. And we hit this breakpoint right here because we're moving left now. Hitting the left key pauses the game. Now by hitting the space bar, we can have characters jump up to a certain height, which will be the maximum height. And we can also have the arrow keys put in at the same time to get in the direction to jump in, while being in this background. Also, the character reaches the limit when it hits the end of the screen, as well as on the opposite side. Thank you.